Why do men say it has nothing to do with us wives when they are confronted about pornography or chatting online with other women?
You know, one of the ways that you can look at it is, you know, why do we say that has nothing to do with you? You know, that could be taken as, why do we say that it's none of your business? We say that because we want to be able to continue on in the sin, you know.
Yes.
Now the flip side of that, you know, the other way that you can take the question, why do we say that has nothing to do with you, as pertaining to you're not the reason for
Right.
for my sin problem? It really boils down to the fact that it really is a sin problem. You know, we have this propensity to lust. You know, all guys, I would say all guys lust, not all about the same thing. Just about every guy is going to lust with women. And they really, when it is realized that it is a sin problem, then, I mean, you could have, you know, the most beautiful supermodel wife and still want to lust and still want to view pornography.
Okay, let's move to a new question. What makes you feel disrespected by your wife?
Body language for me is probably the biggest thing. Eyes rolling, whether you're paying attention or, you know, all that.
Okay, let's go to the next question. I think my husband would greatly benefit from counseling for wounds from his childhood. How do I bring this up in a respectful way that he won't just shoot down?
Approaching anybody, in a sense, much less your husband, with, hey, I know that you've got a problem in your life, and I know that something has happened, and you've shared a little bit about it. Let's get down to it, and I set up a counseling appointment. He would probably just do everything he can to avoid even going there. Okay. So prayer would be the number one thing that I would say. And you know, you may be praying a lot for your husband, that you want to confront him on this, but continue praying and ask for God's timing, to give you the right timing, because it might be the right thing to bring up, but the timing has to be exactly the way that God had intended. So it's received on ears that are open and a heart that's been softened. And I got to tell you, one of the best things to possibly to do is to let him know of your own weaknesses that he may have acknowledged before, or something that's going on, and just say that maybe I'm looking at possibly seeking assistance myself, and you want his take on that. Get him talking about that sort of thing, not just about your problem, but just talking about that. And you can actually bring up to him and say, can you relate with anything like that? I mean, have you ever had something like that? You know, how did you deal with it? Whether he's told you that before or not. You never know. See, a guy likes to be told, believe it or not, I need help with this.
Perseverance is a huge one. Same with the one before that. You know, it's, you can't just go in once, you know, with your A game on, and you know, you're just full of love and grace, and you ask him, and you know, and then he just stonewalls it, and then you're like, well, I'm done, you know, and then just head out the door and say, well, I'm just going to go to my prayer corner. That's all I'm going to do now, you know. And so that there's a serious amount of perseverance, especially for guys that are hurt, and you know, anything that's in the past, especially if he realizes it is a major hurt. So
next question. Why is it that men don't want to discuss their feelings?
The way that society has taught us over the years, and almost irregardless of the kind of dad you had, was that the way you deal with it is to stonewall. You build a wall around whatever hurt it is, and then you just leave it, and you go walk off, and you go work on something else. And so, you know, we've got all these walls in our lives, and so anytime anybody comes near it, you know, I'm in the Marine Corps, or I was, and so military euphemisms are my life. You know, we pull out our guns and we defend to the death.
No man ever wants to be seen as weak. And when you talk about your feelings, you're opening yourself up, you're becoming vulnerable, and that's the point at which a man feels like his weakness will be revealed.
A lot of feelings they don't have words for, because they don't ever do it. So I guess I shouldn't say they. This is a gender-specific thing. And it's difficult to express things that you don't have words for because they go beyond where your words naturally can.
Is there a way that a wife can help a man to feel comfortable sharing his feelings, where he's going to feel like he won't look like a failure or be exposed as a weak person? I mean, is there something she can do?
You know, part of that has to do with that other question that you asked about disrespecting your husband.
Yeah.
The less that you disrespect him, and he acknowledges that at one time or another, the less you do that, the more likely he is going to be willing to be transparent with you.